last time, Youth in Government. Voyager 1 was the first spacecraft to ever explore beyond the boundaries of our solar system. In 1990, about 6 billion kilometers away from Earth, it turned its camera back on us and snapped a historic photo that came to be known as the pale blue dot, in which the entire Earth resided within a single pixel of the frame. Astronomer and author Carl Sagan looked at that photo and said, "The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph, they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot." But Sagan didn't say that to make us feel small. That's only the most literal translation of distance. The image of that pale blue dot is meant to represent more than just physical scale. It's meant to represent cognitive scale. It's meant to inspire understanding. Youth in Government is kind of like a work of art. It's beautiful and it's meaningful, and we might not ever be able to agree on a single translation of its purpose. But I've had 4 years to reflect on the impact of what we do here. And for me, it comes down to a lesson in perspective. And to grasp that, all we have to do is step back. Take one step back from your frame of reference, and you are taught to apply perspective to the way you view your life. I was once told that the most important thing you can do in life is to enjoy the journey. Outcomes and destinations are often beyond our control. How things turn out in the end isn't always up to us. But what is what we take from the experience, the lessons we learn, the confidence we gain, the way we grow. The dictionary definition of success really has no application in the real world. Success is ours to define for ourselves. It's not about winning. It's about progress. Progress is fought for by those who believe in our mission, like great volunteers, Vincent Ellis, Javier Lopez Ayala, and Kip Sturgeon, who we lost this year. With another step back, we see how perspective alters our evaluations of ourselves. When the only way we can assess our world is through our own eyes, it's hard to escape the pitfall of believing ourselves to be the bearers of absolute truths. But perspective teaches you to untether your ego from your opinions. And in doing so, we find that discourse is not a battlefield, but a pathway to progress. Take 3 steps back, and perspective changes the way we view the world around us. There is so much more in the universe that we don't know than there is that we know. Being able to grasp the astronomically tiny scale of our individual bodies of knowledge is the foundation for curiosity and ingenuity. Take one final step back, and perspective changes the way we evaluate one another. If each of our individual experiences are too limited to apply to humanity at large, then we must first understand one another before we can hope to understand humanity as a whole, and before we can hope to improve as a people. In short, we must let our guards down. We must open ourselves to others and allow people to impact us. But like math class, there's the theory, and then there's the application. This program, these conferences, this has been an exercise in the theory of perspective and of change. The application comes next in our day-to-day lives, and that's the hard part. We've been building momentum here, cut off from the rest of the world, and we have to retain that spirit of progress in every aspect of our lives if we are ever to fulfill the promises we make ourselves every time we step in these convention halls. This time we spend together matters. It matters because perspective is the heart of empathy, and the ability to imagine ourselves into someone else's shoes is probably the greatest and most widely ignored faculty of the human species. That act of understanding is how we communicate, how we learn, and how we grow together. In other words, the time we spend here matters because that empathy is the heart of hope. It is up to each of us to embrace that hope and that perspective first within ourselves, because the world isn't like youth in government. We are optimists because we believe in change, and that doesn't make us naive. That makes us powerful. So you can step as far away from yourself as that pale blue dot that Sagan remarked on, but you'll find that perspective will only ever diminish the importance of those things that drive us apart. The time we spend together was our platform. The changes we've embraced is our movement. It is up to each of us to be the bigger person so that together we can become a better people. So you can keep stepping back, but you will never find that we are small. We are a force to be reckoned with because we are a force of unity. I believe in what we did here, and I'm so happy to have been a part of it. So I guess, youth in government, I'll see you around. Thank you so much.